Hey guys, what's up? I've got another cheap bezel-less phone here called the Bluboo S1. It's not that cheap, it's about 200 bucks, but on the plus side, the top bezel is chopped off and it's actually fairly compact. The specs here are pretty run-of-the-mill also. MediaTek 6750, 4GB of RAM and a 1080p screen. To be honest, the Bluboo S1 is a pretty hard sell, but let's see how good the phone is first. So first things first, this is pretty much a normal phone with a top bezel chopped off. I wouldn't go so far as to call this a completely bezel-less phone, just because the side bezels are nothing special, but this is a very compact 5.5-inch device, coming close to a 5-inch phone in terms of size. Moving on to the build quality, the entire thing is plastic, which doesn't feel high quality obviously, but I think it's the right choice for these bezel-less phones. Metal phones are too heavy, and the lighter it is, the lesser chance there is of cracking the screen if you drop it. Oh, and the plastic is an absolute fingerprints and grease magnet. This phone is not going to look pristine for long. Apart from that, this phone looks pretty average. There is one super strange thing. The USB-C plug is way too deep for normal USB-C cables. You do need to use the special one that Bluboo provides. The display here is pretty run-of-the-mill. I don't see anything special and neither do I see anything horrible. The display is 1080p and it looks decent. Colors are fairly saturated and stuff generally looks fine. The one downside would be the max brightness. It's quite hard to see in direct sunlight. Audio here is also quite average. Sound gets a little buzzy at max volume, and even at max volume the total volume output isn't a lot either. Quality-wise, the volume is average.
For the Holy Land. The Templars are an army, loyal not to France, but to the Pope.
Why do you always imagine conspiracies and plots?
These are dark times. We need able men to lead us back into the light. Where's the man that carries this sword?
You said you would know what to do. God has given me a chance to correct the past. The Holy Grail is in France. Find it.
The battery life here is decent. With a 4000 mAh battery and the MediaTek 6750, I could get around 6 hours of screen on time easily. This was a lot of taking photos, some Bluetooth streaming, YouTube, and some gaming as well. The battery life here is not Redmi Note 4X levels, but it's more than enough. Moving on to the software, we have stock Android 7.0 except for the launcher, which is custom, but happily the custom launcher is very well optimized and smooth. Given the choice, I will always go for the Google Now launcher, but this custom launcher here is fine. Swipe left and you find something like what you find in Oxygen OS with most used apps, some news, and the weird part is that there is news and a section called Hot Women. However, I could not find a section dubbed Hot Men. Moving on, the MediaTek 6750 does fine, about as fast as other phones with the same chipset, and 4GB of RAM is great for multitasking. Gaming wise, the phone plays most intense games fine, no lag whatsoever. Moving on to the fingerprint sensor, this one is really bad. It's really inaccurate and really slow. It's bad enough for me to stop using it on a daily basis. Connectivity wise is somewhat impressive with blazing fast 4G speeds. Wi-Fi reception is okay. Speeds do slow down significantly once you go too far from the router. GPS reception is average and so is Bluetooth as well. I'm actually seeing camera quality in general increase in all these Chinese phones. However, there is the argument to be made that they are not getting better fast enough. The Bluboo here takes some very nice photos that look nice even on a big computer monitor. I'm very impressed with the photo detail and the color reproduction. Just like the bokeh effect, HDR is useless. The regular mode takes way better photos, and again the bokeh mode is pretty bad as well. One weird thing is the cam does have trouble focusing, so I did have a fair share of pics that were blurry. The video here is 1080p and it's not only kind of pixely, but it keeps on hunting constantly, which makes the video footage unusable. So to conclude, the Bluboo S1 is a pretty average phone with most of the aspects of this phone being average to below average, including the price. But surprisingly, the strongest aspect of this phone is the photo quality, which I was very surprised with. So if you want a cheap bezel-less phone in August 2017 that is not 6 inches and massive, you have either the Dougie Mix or the Bluboo S1. And to be honest, I would rather take the Bluboo if you pointed a gun at my head. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.